Chuck Kirstensen, Real Estate Shift Show 2024, number 67. Haven't been doing many of these lately. Some of the reasons for that is just the last, I'd say 10, 11 weeks of real estate been super crazy. I'd say as busy for me as it was during COVID when it was lots and lots of transactions and that's good. So no problem, but not a lot of breathing room. You can see I'm tired. Look at my eyes. Been working hard. But why I wanted to bring this up, a concept that goes with everything I do, doing what works. So it's not like I always do everything perfect and it always works, but doing more of what actually works and less of what doesn't work. And many, many times people have ideas that don't work. Like anytime, and I had a podcast on this several episodes ago, pricing too high. It was the sellers can price it too high, but that doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, why would you do it? Now, yes, occasionally one of them works out eventually and they sell it for less. But if you do, if all you did is list houses that are overpriced, it would not work and you'd be out of the business, right? As a realtor or as a seller, it would not sell and you would not have a sale if that was your goal to sell it. So why would you want to do what does not work more than what you do what works? Every once in a while, we have to try things that may not work just to test it. But many, many people do what doesn't work more than what works. It's very, very strange to me, but I see why it is that it happens that way. Some people just want to avoid doing the work. So in real estate, what works, let's say if you're a realtor, is some form of prospecting, contacting people, get in front of people, doing what you need to do to get business. So if you're a realtor, you'd have to do more of those things to have work. I'm employed when somebody wants to, meet me at a property, sign an agreement to buy, sign an agreement to sell, then I'm employed. So you'd have to do what works to find those people. A lot of people do everything else that doesn't work to find people. And like, where are the people? You got to do what works. It may not sound like, okay, yes, Chuck, I get it. But look at you. Look at what are you doing in your life that is working? Yes, keep doing it. Do more of it or do enough of it. But what doesn't work? I listened to something, I think a video, and a video about 42% of people that in the United States are literally like obese, like way overweight. 42%. That means, and some of them are probably over, like, okay, it doesn't work if you wanted to lose weight. Like you're doing stuff that doesn't work. So that's just an area of several people's lives that they probably don't want that, but they don't do what works. They do what doesn't work. Moving your body works. Eating better works. So that's just a concept that carries over to something else. And we had a meeting, and that's where I thought of this topic, where in real estate, there's the form changes and all kind of stuff we've mentioned a few times. And some big coach guru is saying, this is how you got to do it. And then the brokerage people like, this is how we think we got to do it. And some brokerages are already doing it that way. And they think like, this is the greatest way ever of doing it. And eventually it might work, but here's what I do. And here's what I told them. I actually do what works, like meaning what I do works. Now, what they're saying works will work temporarily, but then they'll be, it's not going to work the whole time. And I'm not going to get into specifics, but so many people figure out how to do what doesn't work. And it blows my mind. That being said, there's probably areas of my life that I do what does not work. So it's not like I am perfect at it, but the things that I work hard at, I definitely find and do what works and try to do less of what doesn't work. So that applies to real estate. That applies to any area of your life. Find out what's not working and don't really do it or do it way, way less. And then find out what's working or find out what other people do that works and then do it. But if you just have the idea of like, that sounds like a good idea and I'm not going to do it, why would you ever then have the audacity to complain that your life isn't going that well? Because you're literally just doing what does not work. So this has turned into a little bit of a rant, but why I say this, because of the busyness of the past few months, again, I've found a few things that maybe I went away from, maybe just the flow of the market, made subtle adjustments of making sure I was doing more of what works and less of what doesn't work. and then things go better. Very, very simple, but most people don't do it. So make sure you're not one of those people who don't do it. Reassess yourself. Hope this helps you.